Good evening, friends. Bit late starting, but not too bad. These things happen. Anyways, hope you had a good day. Hope you're ready to hang out and have a grand old time playing Monster Train, because that is what is on the agenda. How you doing, Splat? Good to see you, Prototype. Whisper some jank nothings to me. You know what? Just for you, Fury. Maybe I will. Anyways, where are we starting today? One of these days I'll remember to count up how many crowns are missing still. And maybe we start with Rail Forged and Umbra. I did fail with Herzl Pyreborn yesterday. Yeah, let's just start with that again. Herzl and Pyreborn. And try to undo my shame. Okay, what do we got? Bogworm's growth is fine. Boilerplate is not bad, and we have a fair bit of horde generation. I will definitely take Artificial Pyrestone. Well, it's the same choice as yesterday. Realistically, I shouldn't take Enduring Steel, but I am going to take it for a variety of reasons, not least of which being that I kind of want to recover from my shame from yesterday. But it is not the correct choice here, especially when I am trying to devote a fair bit of my resources to like horde generation, which means that I won't be spending that Ember on like forge points instead. Even more so... Never mind, I was thinking for a second that I had the -1 Ember, but no, I have an odd amount of Ember because I have Pyrestone. Yeah, I guess we just play Guildmonger there, and we do that. Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah, it's not very impressive, but I'm going to do that right now just to make sure that we get it played out, and it does buff it up a little bit for the future. Gives us a little bit of extra attack as well. It just overall is a pretty decent turn of events, even if it's not like super crazy looking. Alright, well, the Oriole's gonna start murdering some dudes. Hopefully we draw the other boilerplate. No, we did not. Is that enough to survive? Should be. It is disappointing that I didn't draw the other boilerplate again, but whatever, fine. Okay, so we do take a beating here, but we do survive. It was not a good start. We at least got to 3 horde. The bonk is sort of appealing. I will take the Whelbling. I should maybe take the Pyrocask, but we're definitely not taking another Golden Touch. Yeah, fine. Not wildly appealing at the moment, but who knows. Yeah, I'll take the Forge Steward. I mean, the Large Stone and Titanite is not, like, the worst thing on it. It's not really what I want, but it is sort of acceptable. It just doesn't really solve my current needs. I hate this, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but we'll see what we can do. It's just that I have, like, very little life, and I got other problems, and here we are. Okay, so you're going down there. Sure, we'll do that there. Well, shit. I do want the weldling to get forged, but I think I basically just have to play it right now. Because I need to start building up armor. Well, here we are. I would like to play at one of the boilerplates, but I can't be letting enemies through is the problem. Yeah, like I can't do this because then we just die to these guys because I took so much damage on the first battle. This is the problem, and why I said that starting with Enduring Steel was not the right choice for us here. Okay, I'm just not going to play that one out so that we have more things. Yeah, we have problems. Yeah, you have a bit of armor, but you do no damage. Oh, and I have nowhere that I can play out the Spear Steward, which is a problem. Well, if I draw one of the boilerplates, we'll be okay. okay. Oof, God, we're in such bad shape. Well, we were guaranteed to draw the boilerplate at least. But like, holy shit, are we doing bad? Ta-da! Buffing the boilerplate at least helps, but oof, it's a bad start. Steel Polyclaw is cute, but doesn't totally matter with the Bogworm's growth, kind of. I guess I'll take the bonk. I will take a Fireball, I guess. That doesn't help. I really don't want to be at 1 HP, but I would also like to get a chance at another unit. Ideally getting like Hothead would be great. Also Greed Dragon would be acceptable. Just something to increase my damage output. But going to the left gives me a bit of leeway. It also means that I could like put deployable on the boilerplate, which is not the worst thing. I think I have to do this as much as I don't want to, but that's okay. Ooh, Cursed Dragon Staff is pretty decent. I mean, I kind of want Canio. I think we probably want Gross Michelle right now, even though I don't like taking it all that often. But my offense is so bad that it buys me a bit of time, and that's really all I need. So, fine. Okay, we'll deployable that. I kind of want to deployable the Fight Club, but that's okay. The Dragon Staff is a little awkward into Flesh Weaver for a number of reasons, but we'll see. Yeah, that's a thing. Unfortunately, you don't have a lot of armor yourself, but... Well, Herzl's got a ton of... Great. And Gross Michelle already went extinct. They don't lose attack, at least, but still. Not ideal. Not at the moment. Well, it's okay overall. Alright, well, we're doing what we can. I do want our dude to die at some point, which I think he'll die when we get to Relentless. In the meantime, we're just building up what we can. I mean, I do kind of want to forge the Dragon Staff, but I think we want to forge the Boilerplate more. Especially, whoops, I did that in the wrong order. Especially because we can combine the Dragon Staff and a Boilerplate at some point if we want to, which I probably will do. Alright, not sure if the Guildmonger is actually going to die this way. It's fine if he doesn't. I cannot let the Chosen Flagellant get to the pyre, though. Okay, that's fine. He's not getting to the pyre. Yeah, like, we're not getting another thing to forge on this coming turn, so it didn't matter if I built up forge points. Alright, well, here we go. It's a bit sketchy, but we did stabilize, and that's what matters. More or less. And I even got to 6 hordes, so I can get an artifact. I mean, assembly room is cool. Don't know that we really want assembly room, though, and I generally hate fused weaponry. There are uses for it, but, like, it's really awkward. Yeah, I don't know that I really want assembly room, but maybe. Yeah, we'll skip. That's fine. Okay. Great. Fair enough. I mean, Juggernaut is good for us, especially because we have Artificial Pyrostone, but it does feel super lame as well. It also doesn't interact with anything our deck is doing, which again is part of why I hate it being a banner unit, at least with its current design. Like, I don't know. I don't really care. It's still probably worth taking. It's just also lame as shit. Oh, fine. Sure. Hellfire Bellows. No. Not really what I was hoping for. Notably, that does mean that Juggernaut now has 90 base attack, which is something. I could do dualism on something, because it would mean that they would get double the armor from Herzl's Forge, and, like, his permanent Forge. And they get double the armor from like, the Boilerplate and all that. So even just this single Boilerplate gives us so much armor. Unfortunately, I can't do that with the Juggernaut, because, at least not with the deployable one, because the Juggernaut will drain all of my Ember before I can then... I won't have any Ember to play out the Boilerplate on after. Like, that's fine. I don't really want to do that. Okay, fine. Am I happy with this? No, not incredibly, but that's fine. Well, let's play out some Juggernauts. I don't think I really need to play out the boilerplate. I'm going to play these just to get rid of some cards from my hand. And then I just play out my free Juggernaut and my not free Juggernaut together. It's weird that you can play out a free Juggernaut. Oh well. I did want to forge the Weldling, but here we are. Let's let the other boilerplate keep cycling and try to power it up some. And let's just build up Horde and Forge points as we let our just thick-statted Juggernauts do their thing, I guess. What exciting, compelling units they are. It does not really matter in the slightest that these guys are healing as they ascend floors. I mean, I kind of want to power up the Cursed Dragon Staff, but it actually, like, it's not a very good card for me at the moment. It just doesn't do a whole lot for me. And, like, yes, I could forge it, but with the other boilerplate kicking around and me not being in danger at all at the moment, it feels better to just be waiting for that, I think. Yeah, we should draw the other boilerplate. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to 6 Horde, but only 5. I think 5 is fine, it's just, it would be nice to hit 6. Well, time to murder them. How you doing, Elix? Woo! Look at him go. What a compelling unit he must be. Do I want Masterwork? Kind of. It is nice that Enduring Steel got fixed. Despite how bad a start this was. Like, I do think it's a fun pathway for the most part. But it does have some real rough starts. I mean, obviously, this was not the run to pick it. Like, we did kind of force that, even though we had a very weak start for something like that. But, here we are. I don't know that Masterwork really matters to us, but I still kind of want to take it. You know what? Fine. Hell Furnace is okay. Dragon's Breath is good. I'm doing fine. You've got 2 wins in with the Egg Mother, but never with Egg, only with Moneymaker or the -1 mana for the Whelps. That's fair. I mean, they're all decent paths. Guild Mother mostly being a just set her down and forget about her path, which is why I don't like it, even if it's, you know, okay in actual, like, strength. Just because getting a bunch of extra, like, gold and artifacts off of the Horde does do a lot of work for you. I have a soft spot for Enduring Steel plus Boilerplate. It's my first ever Railforge run and got to 900 plus armor on the plate. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know that I really need the Dragon's Breath. It is not bad, though. Like, it's a good card. I have most of my Ember, like, spoken for already on any given turn. Obviously, that can change if I start going to Merchants of Magic. Also, I wish that I had Chico so I could be purging cards more easily, but that's fine. Gross Michelle did do some solid work for us. Question, how do you beat the first boss with 20 plus Titan skin if the game gives you 0 scaling? Ended my runs 3 times now in difficulty 7. Which 20 plus Titan skin boss are you talking about? Are you talking about Quoto, the boss who starts with Titan skin and loses it as you damage him? Yes. So, a couple things. So this is one of those times where I would say the best advice I can give you would be to post the seed and or your deck list, preferably the seed, so that like I can play it and give more pointed advice. Because not to sound mean or to doubt you, but like there's basically no situation in which you are offered 0 scaling. Like, just because of how the card pool works, that's just not really possible. And so I'd be curious to see what the actual, like, situation was and what you were offered. How do I get the seed? Give me one moment and I will show you. But just to finish that thought, so that's part one. To answer your actual question, if you have bad offensive scaling, you can still beat him with good defensive scaling. Because since you lose his Titan skin as you hit him multiple times, and because his attack isn't like crazy high, if you have good enough defensive scaling, you will eventually grind through him, even if your units are doing 0 damage at the start. So that's kind of the way to do it. That said, you still need good offensive scaling for other things in the game. So, you know, that's still a problem either way. But, yeah, it is kind of a mix. But yeah, give me one moment. I'll show you how to get the seed. I don't know, I kind of want Dragon's Breath, but I also think that it probably just doesn't actually matter to me. You know what? We'll still take it anyways, even though it comes with that. I'm a little sad that we're not at 6, but I am still going to loot here. I do like Medallion. I don't know that it really matters here. I also don't think Hidden Coffers really matters, unless I pick up, like, not Dark Deal, the other one, the one that trades health for Horde. Resolved plot since, I think got it. Yeah, if you got that from going to the run summary and clicking create challenge, then yes, that is what you're looking for. Okay. Remind me after this run, and I'll play through that if you'd like. I feel obligated to take Hidden Coffers, but, like, I really think that it's not gonna matter. Yeah, we'll just take Medallion and be vaguely responsible. I mean, so the Merchant of Arms is not bad, especially because at some point I kind of want to fuse the Dragon Staff to the Boilerplate. Mostly I'm looking at that for entropy. It'll also be good if we get Flaming Talons at some point, which is very likely that we'll get Flaming Talons. I'll have to go to an online training in 20 minutes, so if you do it, I'll have to rewatch the VOD, or I remind you the next stream. Fair enough. I will probably play it next if I remember, just so I don't have to find it later, but yeah. As long as that works for you. Yeah, we'll probably just go to this Merchant of Arms. Let's go here. Sure, you can have some Titanite just so we can get more forage out of you, I guess. Conductor Sword's kind of cute, but I mostly just don't care. Because we're making another Juggernaut. I would also like to make another boilerplate, kind of, but is not actually that big a concern. We are going to start putting some of this gold to work, though. Sure, we'll just do that. Alright. The Minus Ember is a little annoying, but we should be okay. Alright, so you go there. You go there. Yeah, let's just play you out, and then Juggernaut 1, 2, and 3. What a compelling unit it is. Yeah, begrudgingly I'm gonna play that, because I would like to get rid of that, because I have like 2 of them in the deck, and it would be better if I didn't. Alright, that said, we're still gonna do these instead of playing out the other one. Monstrous in a unit. Yeah, that's not the worst description of it. Mostly, I see people compare it to Shadow Siege as like the better, newer, more flexible Shadow Siege, and I think that's a pretty decent way to look at it. And I think it's a better design than Shadow Siege, but that's a real low bar. Okay, yeah. We'll forge that boilerplate, I guess. I would really like to get the Horde up higher, but it's not the end of the world if we don't. They're correct in comparing to Shadow Siege, however, I want a Penumbra buff / rework. Oh, I mean, I've wanted that for literal years. I have been one of the most vocal voices in that arena. We'll see if it ever happens. I know there's a contingent of people who... God, and then it goes extinct. That it does actually cut down our power pretty massively, because it makes the Juggernaut way weaker. Alright, well, it's fine, but I was really hoping that wasn't gonna happen. But it means that our Juggernauts go from base 90 power to base 30 power, which is substantially weaker. Alright, well, that's disappointing, but okay. Oh, I'm sorry, let's do this slightly differently. I just didn't realize I had a smith in hand because I was thinking about the horrors of Penumbra and other terrible problems of life. Anyways, we still beat him to death. It's just that going forward, our dudes are going to be a lot weaker, sadly. I mean, Geared Gauntlet is sort of okay for us. I'm gonna skip. I was hoping to get Herzl's Hammer at some point. I mean, Soul Smelter's cute, but I'm just not gonna worry about it. Maybe I should have. We want Flame Towns. That's the main thing I want here. Okay, well, let's go here, I guess, even though I should be going to the Merchant of Magic, and I didn't. Interesting. I mean, I don't think it matters. I will take it regardless. Well, I'm a lot less keen to make a new Juggernaut now. It's still fine, but it isn't as exciting. Power Piping seems like a good artifact for some players. I don't think it's a great artifact. I think it's a bad design for an artifact, at least with the way that the Titans and the Covenant ranks work. Like, if the Covenants reduced your max health rather than having you start damaged, I think it would be a lot more satisfying of an artifact. But also, there's not a lot of counterplay to the Titan fight to stop yourself from taking damage. And obviously the Titan fight is only one fight in the run, but it does feel bad for one of your artifacts to essentially automatically turn off after turn 1 in the Titan fight. And yes, there are ways to do the Titan fight without taking damage or while healing back up, but even with healing back up, it's not that helpful because you heal back mid-turn, and so you'd still have to prevent yourself from taking more damage, otherwise it will be off again when it's your actual draw step. Anyways, I don't love it. Actually, I think healing works, because I think you draw at the end of the turn before they damage you. I'm blanking on the actual turn ordering in this game for some reason. Anyways, I think we're just duping the Boilerplate because it is a fairly big attack buff right now. And that's useful on my free multi-strike Juggernauts. Like, I can't play it during deployment, but that's fine. I thought about playing one of those on Persil, but I didn't. Alright, well, we're still doing a lot of damage to Hallow, even just right off the bat. Sure, we'll do that immediately. Alright, so now that we have the Dragon Staff, we can kill the backliners, because they're naturally getting like 6 Pyre Gel just from ascending. And so we pretty easily slaughter them. Alright, we'll do it like that. And yes, I do keep taking Pyre damage, but that's okay. We got plenty of Pyre to spare. Unfortunately, I can't play with the Masterwork, which I did sort of expect this to be a problem when I took the card. yet took it anyways. Alright, well, Strix is dead. Means we then go into Relentless. It's only one turn early. Alright, well, I took the steel stockpile so we could carry forge points over, but it ended up not really mattering. I mean, I could build the forge points instead of the horde. The difference between 4 and 5 horde isn't that much. So, let's just get 10 forge points instead of 1 horde. And there we go. I don't have any abilities. I don't really need the smelted treasure. I'm just going to take Ember, even though I should take Draw, probably. Yeah, so the difference between 4 and 5 is just 25 gold. I will take the hidden coffers, I guess. I don't think it matters. I don't think I'm going to get up to 13 horde or 12 horde. I mean, I could try. But barring any of the horde artifacts, I don't know if we can make it. Surely get to 13 once, right? I mean, it's possible, maybe, but... if I take the soul smelter, I could definitely do it. Do I want Woken's Rail Spike? It's very good. Sure. I don't know if it's actually right for us here, but it's okay. I mean, the Bloodthirsty Blade is cute. It's not really what I was planning on, but I could maybe do it. I mean, I think what we're doing is we're just merging the Dragon Staff to the deployable boilerplate. So that I'd end up playing that on Herzl, which is not really what I want to do. I mean, I don't have to play it during deployment, but... I just wish that I could play it and the Juggernauts at the same time. I mean, I could buy the Bloodthirsty Blade and merge those to make that deployable, and I'd feel better about giving that to, like, Herzl. And then just save the boilerplates for the Juggernauts. I don't know that that's really warranted. It's cute, though. I think we probably just want to fuse the Dragon Staff. Yeah, this is fine. It feels like a little bit of a waste, but that's okay. Could also have gotten the Overgrowth Carapace for one of the Juggernauts, but that's fine. Okay, so just gonna do that. I actually meant to have Urzel up front, and then I didn't, and that's okay. Yeah, you jerks. Your stupid spell shields preventing us from using our kill spells on you. Well, can't play the Masterwork. I'm not doing a whole great job of generating a horde because of the damage shields, or the spell shields make that so much harder for me to do. But so be it. Okay. Well, don't mind me. Yeah, we're still only at 2 horde because the one golden horde that I used didn't actually get the kill. It was the dragon staff. Got one there. That's something. Well, we're trying. Okay, I've got a couple turns, but I'm still just going to do that now to guarantee that we got the forging on it. And also, I'm not like that concerned about maxing our potential at this moment. A long road to 13. Yeah, we're not hitting it. Not with the way that this fight went with them having the damage shields. We're so close to not taking the damage there. Yeah, whatever. Alas. Well, at least we get to carry over 10 of these forge points to the next battle. And thus we murder her, and we are nowhere close to getting max horde. Fine, I'll take Anvil Breaker, I guess. I should take the Machinist Tome, really, but here we are. Like, it's just not happening. We'll just loot now. Ooh, I could have, like, it's fine. I do have some spells. Just that the spells I'm using don't really benefit from that all that much. I don't know that Broken Rail really means anything to us. Sure, fine. Okay, and then we heal. I don't think I really need that. Really would have appreciated that earlier. We don't need the jack strips now. Like, it's good, it's just also sort of redundant. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to take it, other than it costs a little bit of gold, but so be it. Alright, see you later, Fury. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna get rid of the golden touches. Would have loved to have gotten, like, split anvil. But we didn't. Anyways, what are we duping? Probably just the boilerplate. We could also do this. Fuck it, we'll do that, even though we're gonna have trouble playing it out sometimes. It's fine. I suppose I didn't actually need to play you on bottom floor, but it doesn't affect me too much. Yeah, unfortunately I can't. Oh, I did have some forge points to spend already. Spaced out on that. Well, let's use our forge points then. Already forgot that we had them from the prior battle. Sure, take a little bit of damage. Enjoy. Well, Jackstrips already kills off the enemies for us. Well, can't play the Dragon's Breath. We knew this was a possibility. It's fine. Whoops, almost hit myself with the Pyre Gel. I have enough armor that we could survive it, but it would have felt dumb because it was incorrect. I'd considered setting him up on mid-floor to avoid a lot of this damage, since the Jackstrips do kill these enemies very easily. But so be it. I guess I'll wait on the other boilerplate. And just not play with the fire starter. Yeah, with 2 Dragon Staves, we do a fair bit of damage, even with our meager Pyre Gel generation. Alright, let's get a little bit more. Yeah, it's decently likely that I get the boilerplate one more time. Yeah, I'll greed a little bit. I do appreciate the jackstrips just murdering all of the silencers before I have to deal with them. They're sort of the only potential issue for me. Sadly can't play out the masterwork this turn. Oh well. That's just life. That said, we're now going to give you some attack, which means that you can actually proc the Pyre Gel as well. Well, we don't have a lot of Forge to carry over to the next battle, but we have a tiny bit. Anyways, we're in fine shape. My deck is a little bit messy. It is still a shame that the banana went extinct, because it did make the Juggernauts a lot weaker. Also, we never got, like, Hersel's Hammer, which I was hoping for. Doesn't really matter. We're fine. We'll loot the one measly horde that we got. And thus, we'll go fight some Titans. Okay. Okay, we don't really need to do it, but I kind of want to boilerplate you so I take less damage. I think it's better that we just save it for the Juggernauts. Because it does come with a pretty hefty attack bonus attached to it. I kind of need those to make their multi-strike relevant. Wrong order, since we should have done the Pyre Gel first. But also, this poor Pyre Ball I've only used like once. We picked it up when we were low on damage and wave clear, though, and it did its job at that time, so I can't be like too mad about it. Again, wrong order, but that's fine. Well, that's annoying, but I'm not going to not play out my equipment, so here we are. I'm not going to not play that out. Well, we take a bit of damage, which I didn't really love, and we have, like, no spells to cast to proc the Incant while Savagery's here, which is a little sad, but again, in the grand scheme of things, what does it actually matter? I probably shouldn't even be bothering with the Curses of Entropy. Like, I've got plenty of Pyre HP. Oh, how I wish I had Split Anvil. Alright, Entropy's down, which is no surprise. It's kind of the easiest one for us to take down since it's always on the floor with us. Well, sadly can't play with the Weldling, but oh well. And I could have killed Savagery with the Anvil Breaker, it just didn't matter. He's already low enough. I want to hit Dominion with it, but I can't hit Dominion with it because of the stupid spell shields, because why would it not have spell shields, really? Okay, well, you're dead, essentially. As are you guys. I just need to kill Savagery, which we're working on. He does take a chunk of damage from the Pyre Gel. Yeah, like, I can play the Weldling, but he doesn't have any... doesn't have any armor, unfortunately. Or, more specifically, he has a very tiny amount of armor, not enough to survive. Which means we still need to wait for Savagery to get up here. Would have been nice to kill them a little faster, but nope. I still had to wait. Anyways, there we go. Easy. Not the cleanest deck, but that's fine. It worked. Once we got past the initial couple rings, like, things started working out fine, since we were able to get some permanent stats on our equipment. Also, getting the Juggernauts with their high base stats did a fair bit of work for us. Even if the banana dying made them a lot less appealing than they were. Nonetheless, we tried. Anyways, we're going to take a break from our regularly scheduled programming, and we're going to do Elix's Seed, which should have been Resolved Plots Since. Okay, so it's Gilda, Wormkin, Covenant 8. I don't remember what Covenant 9 is. It's probably start at less HP. I know Covenant 10 is the chosen enemies. Yeah. Covenant 9 has got to be the start at less HP. Anyways, we will play this and see how it goes. Yeah, we start at full HP. Okay, so we got Gilda. We got Wormkin. We have Kinhouse Carapace. And Echo Infusion. I do really like Echo Infusion in general. Less good with Kinhouse Carapace. Lava Flow is fine. Yeah, Notice Stone is cute. Not at all helpful right here. We have no damage spells. Obviously, we can get damage spells later, but I'm not that worried about it. I'll definitely take the Golden Gloves. What do we want here? I'm already getting Avarice on all of my units thanks to the Golden Gloves. More Avarice, not bad. Either way, neither of these will be able to fit next to the Kinhouse Carapace. Which is, you know, fine. Not perhaps exciting, but fine. I kind of lean towards Lady Avarice because it's been a while since I played Lady Avarice. I think Guild Mothers maybe are a better option right here, but let's just go Lady Avarice. The minus Ember is a little uncomfortable, but whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I was debating if I had wanted to have used the Lava Flow at the beginning. Since, you know, that would be helpful. This is one of those times where having the lower Ember feels real bad. Well, I'm not going to worry too much about the Kin Host. We're just going to get a good heaping of gold. Sure, we'll just get the kill that way. Yeah, I'm not particularly strong into the boss, but fine. We'll burn through a bunch of his rage and just get a bunch of gold. I mean, if I have to take some pyre damage, that's fine. Like, we did play somewhat greedily. Also, it would have been really nice to have gotten those earlier, but there we go. We did not power up the Kin Host at all, basically, but that's fine. I come out of the first battle with, like, 400 gold. 400 exactly. Which is a lot. Probably want the Flicker here. Proclamation's okay. It's really not the one that I wanted to see infused, though. It's mostly Echo Transfer. On the note, by the way, I know Elix isn't here now, but when he's watching this back in the future, like, this is what I mean when I say it's helpful to play the seed. Because, like, Echo Transfer right here on the very first draft, that is attack scaling. Like, you also do have Kin Host Carapace as a starter, which is another way to be getting attack scaling. Obviously, I did not do anything with it right here and now. But, like, building into Kin Host Carapace is another way to be getting both some amount of defensive and offensive scaling, especially because you can then dupe this later on if you need to as well. But yeah, like, Echo Transfer, very first draft, that's attack scaling, and it's not even bad attack scaling. I do think it's what we're taking. I'm just a little wary when we've already got 2 extract cards and we have bad charge generation, but we can fix that. Yeah, let's go here. And again, if you were building into the Kin Host Carapace, like, here's Smidgestone. Makes it dramatically better of a unit. I will take Hothead. Do I want Smidgestone on you? It's not like my ideal thing, but on the other hand, I don't care, like, a ton. What upgrades the Hothead gets, it's not, like, our main consideration. I think we will do that, because then I can fit, like, a Whelp alongside. It's gonna look weird. I'm gonna do this anyways. It's mostly future-proofing in case we need the defense later. Because now I have a chump blocker if I want it. And honestly, I'm pretty okay with doing that. Like, I don't have cooldown reduction yet. Whatever, that's fine. What I do have is a floor where I can fit Gilda a Hothead, and if I want it, a chump blocking Whelp as well. And we're generating a bunch of extra gold from the Avarice. So, like, I'm not unhappy with that on the whole. Yeah, we'll do that just during the charge. Again, it's a little bit of shame that we're not helping out the Kinhost Carapace, but it is what it is. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't draw a chunk block Whelp yet, but oh well. We're going to save his ability for next turn. Yeah, we never did get the Whelp, which was a bit of a shame, but ends up not mattering. And then we just do this to power you up ever so slightly. We don't get quite as much gold once Gilda dies, but that's fine. I will happily take the Mind Cage. That is most of our problem solving right there. Infused Echo Infusion is real nice. We're going to take the Bounding Echoes, though. I'm definitely going here, because I want the Mind Cage more usable. Do I want the weapons cache? Kind of. Kind of. Because I'm either putting deployable on the Mind Cage or I'm putting it on the weapons cache. And I think we probably want the weapons cache. Because then if I get any other equipment I want to use, then I will also pull that out as well, which I'm generally pretty happy with. Yeah, we're gonna not do this, but I'll still just let it fertilize. Ooh, I healed 2 HP. So exciting. Yeah, Glass Cannon is not what I was hoping for. Ooh, it's not really what I want. I will take Zone of Silence as a backup for the future. Kind of want to take the Glass Cannon, but that's fine. We've got time to get our scaling under control, but we'll be okay overall. To be clear, I'm only taking the Zone of Silence because I'm looking ahead to Entropy, and I currently don't have good ways to deal with the Silence units in particular. Also, don't totally have a great way to deal with the Spell Shield dudes, but I'm closer to solving that problem. Sure, we'll do it like this. Oh, except that's all of my Ember, which is a little concerning, but so long as... I'm sorry, let's do this in the slightly different order. So we play that, which summons you. I didn't really want to do that there. I'd like to do it in Gilda, but we save more HP this way. Sure, I'll give you the Reap, even though it's going to be a little problematic, but that's fine. Yeah, fine, we'll do this. Okay, they are going to murder him, but that's sort of okay. Alright, and then our Endless Whelp blocks for us. Unfortunately, he doesn't quite die, so we don't get to refresh his HP, but oh well. We're going to do this so we can kill them off. Alright, we kill you so we can replay you as a fresh chunk blocker next turn. Again, this is why we took the Endless when it was offered. If I were in different financial situations, I don't know why I killed that one, actually. Actually, maybe this even more different than what I was planning. What we're going to do is we're going to pop this one first, then do that, and then play those out. And play that just for the sake of it. Okay, well, this is good enough. We're not going to alter things. Because we don't actually want to make ourselves stronger. We want to get as much gold off the Avarice as we can. So being weaker means we maybe kill him in more... It maybe takes us more attacks to kill. I don't have any buffs to double, sadly. And Unearthed Remains is good, but I just don't really care about the charges at the moment. Technically, it could be cute. Pretty confident I don't care. And I definitely don't care about the Death Roar. Nope. So I think I want Ember. Adversaries above. Fair point. Didn't think about that, but not that concerned about it. But you make a valid statement that I probably should have done that. Totally wasn't thinking about it clearly. Yeah, let's do the Ember for now, even though I mostly only want the Ember for deployment. Join the stream right in the moment to hear if I were in a different financial situation. Hope it was connected to the game and to the Pyreborn money. It was, though. I mean, like, I'm not in a great financial situation as is, but that's a whole different matter, and something that I personally should just make life changes for. But here we are. I do kind of want to fish for artifacts, especially because I would love to see Carving Koriska. Pretty confident we're going to go here, though. Because what I would really like is Holdover, among other things. So we're going to permafrost that. We're going to spell chain that. I don't know that I can afford that, though. Alright, let's still do it. Especially because we don't know if we're going to get holdover or not. I'll do that just because I've got plenty of cash. Yeah, double stagger is not what I was looking for. For some reason I was thinking that Echo Transfer is a mushroom until now. What? What? I don't see it, but fair enough. Alright, we're going to do Lady Avarice 2, which just gives her the attack scaling, which is, like, fine. It's okay. Looks like a mushroom with a pink cap. It very much does not. Yeah, there are a lot of things that I'd like. What we're going to do is do this. It's not my favorite. It is okay, though. There are uses for it. And mostly it's to help me be more guaranteed to draw it when I need it. It doesn't to me either, but now I'm imagining an Echo Fungi. What does an Echo Fungi even look like to you? We're gonna get rid of the Kinhost Carapace, just so that I'm a little more free with my deployment number, which is to say that I'll be more easily able to play out both Shield Stewards now, so I get more cards out of my deck, while still getting some, you know, bait units if I really need them. Now that I think I super care... Alright, that's all we're doing for now. I am going to get tons of gold, so I don't have to be that stingy. Again, that is part of the benefit of Lady Avarice. Some kind of Crystal Troop variant scaling with echoes on the floor. Fair enough. Note your artifact bar is missing, Sal. Big silver plate with a blue circle in the middle of it. That'll make it look magnificent. Delightfully capricious, if you will. How you doing, Wrath? Yeah, I think I have to set up a mid-floor, even though I don't want to. The problem is just, I don't know that I'm going to get enough damage to kill you. Basically just because I'm waiting on the Echo transfer. Maybe I still want to set up bottom floor anyways, though. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take some damage, but that's okay. I don't care tons. I care a little bit, mind you, but not tons. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. We almost kill him, but not quite. And then he heals, and he is going to hurt my Pyre a fair bit. And that's just life. Oh, whoops. Wrong order. Yeah, I think this is fine. So we do 1. 2, lava flow, then that. May as well generate the charge here, I guess. Zone of Silence would be kind of cute because it would have stopped that guy from getting more Titan skin, but whatever. We're just going to take the damage and suck it up. Okay, so we are still getting the kill like this. And now we take a bunch of damage. It was a lot of damage, but that's the price of our hubris. Oh god, we still didn't get what we wanted. Well, what we are getting is a lot of gold. This is why we almost duped the Echo transfer earlier. Okay, still don't kill him before he gets to attack, but whatever. Oh look, it's Corrin! Yeah, maybe not tenable. We'll find out. I maybe gave in to my hubris a little too much. Yeah, like, I don't have any Pyrogel generation. Yeah, because I get you down to like 120. Yeah, 121. I can math. Which isn't enough. It almost is. Because that should be 107. Shouldn't the high HP whelp go in front? Yeah, I was considering that. Also, for some reason, I forgot that I had one that was at 51 HP. I do think it helps, though. I don't think it's enough to kill, but either way... Oh, yeah, fucked this up turns ago. Well, that's okay. I forgot that I didn't play them this turn. It's okay. I made a mistake a while ago. But this should be okay. I'm going to take a lot of damage. But it should only be 44. Oh, I can't math, but it's fine. Like, yes, I took 70 damage on that battle. Was that good? No. Is it acceptable? Kind of. Because I have so much gold now, even though I don't have other things. So, I do want to go to the Merchant of Arms, mostly to look for, like, Bloodthirsty Blade. Pretty confident we want to go here, though, for a multitude of reasons. Yeah. We'll take Emotome. I guess I'm doing this. Yeah, okay. Because holdover is what I wanted. Although, I don't really have the charge generation for that now. I could also have done holdover on the Brain Spike, which was the other option. But that's fine. Yeah, I'm not, like, wild about this. We are going to do this just because I cannot afford to be drawing that slowly from here on out. So, here we are. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to heal at some point, basically, because, boy, did I pay for my hubris. But that's okay. I do kind of want to wait on that. Okay, so we're gonna let the other Echo transfer cycle. I don't actually want both of them. I only duped it so that I would draw it in a reasonable time frame. I am willing to do this now, though. Okay. Oh, whoops. No, I need to do this the correct way. I had it right at first, and then I talked myself out of it. Yeah, didn't really want to dupe that, but I do want the Echo Infusion to be infused, and that's the price we paid to do that. So, here we are. Well, a little bit of a waste of gold, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do this correctly. I don't actually need to be playing out 2 of the fractures. I just need to put that there and instead do this. Fortunately, I don't have any charges for the Echo Infusion, which is a concern. Oh, 7 is a big number. You don't need all of that. That is kind of the rule I live my life by. Yeah, it kind of messes up, but that's fine. Alright, let's give you a little bit of a reap now. It barely matters, but it's technically helpful. Now, the question is, do I have enough for this? Unclear. There we go. Alright. Don't mind me, just kind of barely making it work, but that's fine. And thus we have about 1,000 gold again, which is say we actually have more than 1,000 gold. I do like the Dragon's Breath. If I had any horde, I would happily take the payoff. I will skip these though. Skip those, even though the ambient charge is kind of nice. I really don't want the healing. I want to go here. Well, sure. I guess I'll take that. I guess I'll take that. That is actually helpful. Yeah, I will take that too. And that's actually quite useful as well. I mean, on the whole, not bad for us. Alright. Time to Strix and to Hallow. Man, I love this new music. It's a good song. I really like the new music as well. Yeah, we'll do this now. Even though it's not exactly what I want, but that's fine. Okay, he gets a bunch of Pyre Gel now, and I also don't need to worry about Gilda taking damage because she'll just full heal right after anyways. As far as the music goes, Under Legion Overture is probably still my favorite of the songs, but like, there's a lot of good songs. I do wish that I had minus costed the Brain Spike. There were reasons that I didn't. But here we are. Also, I didn't mean to copy the Fracture and should have done something else, but that's okay. Here we go. Yeah, we're a lot stronger than we were. We're still a bit clunky, but for the most part, we're doing okay. We can't let a single enemy leak, but that's okay. We're not going to. I mean, I still need to do something about entropy, which means basically I need to use the Zone of Silence, but we should be pretty good by then. Like, I've got time to fix my problems. Oh, it would be nice if we had, like, permanent charges, but we don't. But that would make my life easier, kind of. Almost forgot to use his ability. Wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it is certainly better for us. Okay, so you go there. We blow you up as well. And then he just explodes the shit out of them. As one does. And once again, we're at 1,000. Yeah. Small Treasure is fine. I think we're actually going to take Soldier of Fortune, maybe, weirdly. I don't know that it really matters, though. But we are about to go to a Merchant of Magic, and getting, like, Intrinsic on it isn't the worst thing I could do. Sure, we'll do that. We are taking Draw. I am not taking Life Mother's Remnant. Good as it can be, I just really don't want that. So I know I said I could do Intrinsic on that, and I still probably will, but it's also sort of appealing to do Intrinsic on the Echo Infusion, or the... Well, this is fine. I'm just gonna -1 that. Why did I -1 that? I was gonna do something different, and then I spaced out. I was gonna -2 it is what I was going to do. But whatever. so be it. Here we are. I was hoping for a holdover. We didn't get holdover. That's okay. I'm gonna do this. If it's Arcus, that's fine. I'm gonna not take these for a variety of reasons. Also, Dominating Authority is bugged currently and pulls from a unit in your hand instead of your deck, but though notably the eye is 0 cost thanks to Sinner's Salve. Still, I'm just not gonna worry about it. Alright, Avarice goes to 10 now. And she gets higher scaling. Minus Ember is a bit annoying, but we should be able to manage. Okay. I was hoping to get one of the... I was hoping to get one of the endless ones, but that didn't happen. Also, that's why I should have put -2 on the Brain Spike. I just totally spaced out, and it was not great that I did, but here we are. I, for some reason, spaced out that I had another view in hand. I actually do want to make sure I'm playing out all of the whelps first. Because they give Pyrogel when they die, and that is relevant to my interests. Okay. Now everything should be looking up. Okay, yeah, and you're dying already because we did get a fair bit of Pyrogel on you. Okay, fair enough. Also, thanks to Sparkflint Catalyst, it's not just 5 Pyrogel when we kill the first whelp. It ends up being 11, which is a lot. Not unhappy with that. Okay, he dies, he dies. It's all looking up now that we have our actual attack scaling. Unfortunately, I would really wish that you guys were infused as well, but you're not. But building up my defense for Relentless is fairly important to me. Yeah, again, if this were -2, then I could play it at 0 Ember and still get the full benefit from it, which would be nice. But alas, I did it to myself. Yeah, again, my defense, a little questionable, but probably fine. Actually, probably should have done them first. It's fine. I've got thousands of gold. We're okay. I mean, the Soul Smelter is cute, but it's way late, so... No. Chamber of Recall kind of is helpful. Go to hit hard with 2.5k gold. I mean, kind of. It's not the most insane scaling, but also, we are going to spend most of that gold. I mean, I kind of want the Chamber of Recall, honestly. Although, could you get back the Soldier of Fortune? Yeah, let's not worry about it. Soul Crushing Guilt is maybe worth taking, but here we are. And then we're going here. I kept thinking we were going to the Merchant of Arms, but we're not. Yeah. I don't find. Whatever. We'll do that. And then we'll give you the attack. Since it's almost the same amount of attack you get from Large Stone. Wasn't what I was hoping for. That's fine. Whatever. I can see 4 whelps being cut from this deck, so Soldier of Fortune is more consistent. Yeah, it might happen. I hadn't decided. But I was leaning towards that. Sure, I'll take that, I guess. Like, there is always the possibility that I'm just going to draw my Endless Whelps on turn 1 and make the Soldier of Fortune useless, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that on the whole. My main goal either way is to get the Bounding Echoes at the same time that I've got the Echo Infusions and 1 Echo Transfer. Like, that's what I care about. Aside from that, I think we're pretty happy with the deck looking like this. I could maybe get rid of one of the Echo Transfers. Not too necessary at this point, though. Which is to say, it doesn't actually matter at all. Okay. So we do this, that. And then our big, beautiful buddies can hang out together. Big bro and little bro. Okay, so we need to swap to that. So the shard cannot be removed, that means you can just extract as much as you want. If you're talking about this one, the one from Encased Divinity, kind of, yes. So it counts as one that can't be removed. So like if I'm down to just 1 charge, I can't play the Echo Transfer because it still needs to extract 2. But it means that it will help with the extracting for sure. And like with the Echo Infusions, yes, I can always use these because they are extract 1, and so I'm guaranteed to have 1 on the floor. Okay, so let's do it this way where we get you, and then, oh, conveniently, let's get you as well. I can't play both of you this turn, but I'm not too worried about that. Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, you are not infused, so I can't be quite so greedy with this one. But that's still manageable if I want. Yeah, I'll do that. It just would be really nice if I could get the Bounding Echoes back. Or if I just had 2 of them, but I don't. It's not a big deal per se, but... Alright, well, there is a reason that we muted the enemies. Ta-da! Alright, well, our deck is working out pretty well now. And again, this is why we muted, because if we didn't, we'd have a much worse time against the Silence guys. That's why we took the Zone of Silence all the way back when. Yes, look at all my beautiful, beautiful extract cards. Oops, it doesn't actually matter where they go, I suppose. Did mean to play that on a different full... I meant to play that before I killed all the enemies. Doesn't super matter. Thanks to Encased Divinity and the Bounding Echoes, we're doing okay. I don't know that I need to be prioritizing her HP, but that is what we're doing. Boy, do I love drawing into the Vengeful Shards. I mean, it's sort of expected. Still feels bad, though. And yes, I did do that in slightly the wrong order, but no, it will not matter. I see you did the classic, no, can't silence me if I silence you first stratagem. True. Oh look, we drew back into the Echo Transfer. How sneaky. I do have to play my cards in kind of a very particular order to get the best effect, though. It's a little weird. It doesn't matter about refreshing your cooldown this turn, because we're just blowing everything up, so we'll just take the extra Avarice before we fire. Again, the gold is making Gilda stronger. She's getting like an extra 20 attack per turn, or something like that. Okay. Well, we should be fine once he shows his cowardly face up here. Also, I think we're getting a lot more than 20 attack return. Love the idea of a red dragon sitting on its hoard, which is growing as it kills enemies coming into its lair as it gains more and more treasure. Very flavorful. That is true. Yeah, we'll just keep doing this, I guess. Alright. Yeah, whatever. We'll just do this and give you more avarice, I guess. Again, the only thing the gold is actually doing for us at this rate is powering up Gilda for the future, which is technically useful. I'm not, like, wildly concerned about it, but it is technically helpful. Oh, look. We got a whelp back. How exciting. And I even get to play out all my cards, even without playing them in the right order. And thus, Seraph is dead. Okay, Titans should not be a big deal. Like, I have enough HP. We're gonna play out the Pyrolite every turn. Gilda does a fair bit of damage. I have decent scaling. I can block the corruption. I saw 690. Are you talking about the attack of the Hothead? Oh look, she's at 710 attack already. Alright, we're gonna play you guys there so we can block a little bit of damage from Savagery. Yeah, the Hothead's attack. That is true. Perfect. Actually, wrong order on this part of the thing. I mean, it doesn't super matter. Well, okay. Okay, so let's do this, I guess. Gotta love the "don't talk to me or my son ever again" setup going on both floors. Fair enough. It is fairly accurate. Yeah, I kind of want to play the Zone of Silence, but it's not that big a deal. Mostly it just means we're going to have to contend with the silence, or not the silence, the Scourge enemies. I kind of want to kill you. I kind of don't. If I leave you here, we avoid the corruption on Gilda, but that's fine. We'll still kill you. God, I'm so used to them being the chosen ones. It's very weird to me to see it not be the chosen enemies. Well, I can't play out both these guys now, but so be it. Them not being the chosen does make them substantially less threatening, I will say. I will still kill you for the extra Pyre Gel. I don't get to play out this one. No, well. Oh, only now I notice that we're playing the challenge? Yes, we are playing Elix's Seed. As I said that I would. Okay, let's still do the double Pyre Lights for now. Which challenge? One of the viewers, Elix, who is not here right now, but said he'll watch this on the VOD later, was having trouble with Gilda. They played a seed. They died to Quoto, and they were asking how best to deal with Quoto when you're not offered damage scaling. And so we are playing the seed so they can see how I handle it instead, and we definitely got the damage scaling that we needed. Which, to be clear, if any of you in the future have seeds that you want to see me run, like, feel free to pitch them. I am currently working through the crowns right now for the new clan combos. But generally, I'm pretty happy to run seeds for people. I think it's generally a fun thing to do. Alright, let's keep doing the Pyre Light, I guess. It's like we are building up strength pretty well everywhere. Yeah, like, Entropy's dead, Savagery will be dead soon, especially since, so, like, the Hothead, I haven't scaled his attack as much as I could, but it's high enough that he kills the whole wave. And then Gilda is no slouch on the attack right now. Like, she does a lot of damage to anything that survives the Hothead's attack. It's not like we're in danger of death either. Admittedly, I could maybe be blocking some of the hits from Savagery. I don't really care. Okay, so. And it doesn't really matter. Here we are. And we get to kill before Dominion attacks one more time. Almost 5k gold finish. Gilda will be happy back home. Yeah. We did generate quite a lot of gold. Anyways, that was a run. It's pretty fun. Definitely a lot of good tools. Always pretty happy when I get Emote Tome in particular. But, you know, besides that, lots of things. I will say that, yeah, if you didn't pick up the Echo Transfer at the beginning, there weren't, like, a ton of damage scaling options. There were still other ways that we could have scaled damage aside from what we had done. Like, for instance, using the lava flows that we started with, since I'm pretty sure that was the same run. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm merging two runs in my head together. But I'm pretty sure we started with lava flow, in which case, could have used that. Would have had to, like, remove consume or dupe it or things like that, but that could have worked. I think there was also ways to generate Horde, which could have also helped. especially because I think there was a Greed Dragon on offer at one point, and so like, you know, could have just taken even just minimal horde generation and use that to get your horde up, and then just not spend it and get, you know, the Greed Dragons out. That would have been very viable. There was a variety of other things that could have been done. Oh yeah, and you know, we could have started with Bloat Mother. Excuse me, not Bloat Mother, Guild Mother. And that also would have been a way to get Horde, which would have worked with the Greed Dragon and all that. Plus, again, you can get, you know, some Pyrogel generation from the Horde artifacts. Namely, getting, like, Flaming Talons and Hellfire Bellows ends up with every enemy getting minimum 6 Pyrogel by the time they reach top floor, which is not bad. Obviously, it's not an insane amount of scaling, but it certainly helps. Also, again, we started with Kinhost Carapace. Could have also just scaled up to Kinhost Carapace. It was a little more awkward to scale up to Kinhost Carapace because you started with the extract cards, and they're good extract cards, and I wanted to use those extract cards. But there was also another option. Especially since Smidgestone was offered like in the first shop, and so you could have Smidgestoned the Carapace, and then later after scaling it more, you could have duped it. Could have duped it 2 or 3 times. That would have been okay. There were a number of options, but I definitely think that, you know, picking up the Echo Transfer at the beginning was a helpful option. So there we go. Out of curiosity, we're gonna take a quick look at Elixes. I hope/assume they don't mind, but we're just gonna see real quick what they ran. So they also did Lady Avarice. They also did the Endless Whelp, but they went with extra Avarice instead of HP. I didn't really end up using the HP all that much, but the HP was there to use as a chump blocker, which I think I used a couple times, and if things had gone a little worse, we would have really benefited from having it. I mean, we did use it for chump blocking a little bit, like during Fleshweaver. Yeah, they didn't get super far, so not too much else with their deck. They did pick up the Echo Transfer, so anyways, there we go. That was a run. All right, back to our regular programming. Okay, who are we playing this time? Kind of want to do Luna, but we've only got one Luna combo left. Wow, 2 over here as well. What are you missing with Railforge? If you're talking about primary, then we've got a couple runs to do here. We've got 2 with Hef, 3 more with Herzl. Yeah, and then a smattering of different things over here. Still have a fair number of Umbra ones to go, because I haven't done either of the Umbra primary with Wormkin, and I also haven't done Railforge, well, Herzl with Umbra, or Spine Chief with Umbra. I feel like I should probably do one of those next. Hellhorn Railforge is the only one you haven't done with. It's not the only one I haven't. But I was considering doing that since I talked about it yesterday. We'll just go ahead and do that one. We had already done Prince there, so let's do Queen and Railforge, I guess. I do like Salvage. Do I like it enough to take it here? Kind of. Smith is also vaguely interesting in a weird way. Yeah, we'll take the salvage, though I'm not sure that we actually really are going to make good use of it, but that's fine. Interesting start, I suppose. I like lost luggage. We're taking Ashes of the Fallen. Yeah, so I do kind of want Imparade. We're going to take Imperialist. Hands down, absolutely, it's what I want. I'm gonna not play out the Horned Warrior yet. That's not exactly what I was hoping to see, but fine. Well, 7 card to shrink your deck right off the bat. It is quite something. Okay. Unfortunately, you are going to survive, but whatever, not a big deal. Okay, we're going to seed that for next turn so we can toss it immediately. Didn't draw the Welder Helpers yet, but hey. Yep, unsurprisingly, she's strong enough now. I had originally been holding back the Horned Warrior so I could forge him if I needed to. Not that I generated a ton of forge points, but didn't really need it. Either way, that's also fine. It means that Queen is the one who gets more of the kills, which means she gets more attack with Savagery. Don't know that that's, like, wildly important, but it's not the worst. Okay. I do like that Fledgling Imp. It's probably worth taking the Boilerplate. Okay. We are going here, and you're going to give us... I do like the Dualism, but I really want Endless. And unfortunately, I can't afford these and the reroll. That is what I was afraid of. Well. Here we are. The spikes is not great for us, but it was not unexpected. I am sad that we didn't take Dualism. Like, it would have been real nice. Also, I can't get rid of the Calcified Ember on this fight, so may as well just smelt it. Anyways, because we had made him smaller, we can now fit more imps more easily. So, that's not bad. You know what, for safety's sake, we're only going to kill the one, and then we're going to leave this for next turn. Okay, so we did end up drawing what I wanted either way. And I actually am just going to do that so I can smelt a little harder. And here we go. I guess... Ooh, Weldling is sort of cute. Don't know that I really need it, though. Alright, let's not. Weirdly, I'm gonna go here. Also, don't love that's knockback Archeon, but hey. Okay, those are not the worst things I could be seeing right at this moment. God, we've seen this so often. Weldling seems like one of the more powerful units. Weldling is good, and weirdly, I have seen so many people kind of shitting on it, or at least like highly undervaluing it. Like, mostly this comes up in regards to people being like, Boilerplate is busted and it's the only good common in Railforged, and or there's no reason to ever take Weldling over Boilerplate. I do think Boilerplate is good. I think people are a little over centralizing on it. But yeah, like, Weldling's solid. And in regards to the argument of why would you spend forge points on Weldling when you can spend them on Boilerplate, A, it can be good to spread out your attack among multiple things. B, there are multiple ways to buff Weldling's attack outside of just spending forge points, i.e. if I picked it up right now, we could be boosting its attack with the Fledgling Imp. And so we'd be converting the damage scaling into defense as well. Also, you can get a lot higher armor over time from a Weldling than you can get from a Boilerplate, which can be useful later. I mean, like, yes, you can get a ton of armor on a Boilerplate, but there are certainly uses to Weldling. Now, the question is, do I want Life Mother's Remnant? Kind of. But I think the answer is no. Yeah, especially since if you equip the plate, that means you won't have multi-strike for multiples enemy. I assume I know what you mean. But yeah, the point is like, yes, Boilerplate can be good, but it is... You do funnel a lot of resources into it if you want it to be good, and even then, it doesn't, like, solve all your problems. It mostly is giving you a lot of defense, and the defense alone isn't going to solve you, like, isn't going to win you the run. There are plenty of other concerns to manage as well. Do people really like Boilerplate? Yeah, if you look on the Discord, you will see people constantly being like, Boilerplate is the best Railforged card. Boilerplate probably is going to get nerfed. Use it before it gets nerfed. I honestly don't know if it's going to get nerfed. Like, I wouldn't be totally surprised if it did get nerfed, just because it's not too crazy on its own, but being able to combine the high armor that it gets with, like, dualism allows you to get pretty hefty numbers pretty quickly, which is maybe too much, but on the whole, I don't think it's too out of line. Because again, like, you're putting a lot of resources into it, and also in the runs where you are getting like 900 armor on Boilerplate, that means that you have tons of forge generation anyways, which means that you can also just be forging like a unit or like any other equipment, and you'll still have tons of defense while also having an equipment that actually like does something. Like, imagine forging a Void Armament, or, you know, Cursed Twin Blades, or any number of other things that actually, like, have an ability. In my opinion, Salvage is a lot better. One of my favorite cards, especially as a starter one. I mean, I like Salvage quite a bit. It's not always going to do good work for you, but it's a cool card. I really like it as a starter. I do think we want the Overgrowth Carapace just as a bit of safety. I'm not totally certain I need it, but we will take it. I'm not, like, totally thrilled about that, but we're doing it. And here we go. To be clear, we're mostly taking that because it is knockback Archeon. If it were not knockback Archeon, different story. Okay, and we still play that because it gives us armor. Yeah, I'll just do that. I guess I'll wait on playing that. I'm pretty confident we'll get a second chance to play it before the end of the fight. Could do that. Honestly, I could dodge the knockback that way. Wasn't what I was planning on, but I will do that, I guess. Although we are stealing a kill from Queen. Alright, we take a tiny bit of damage, who cares? Oh no! Well, I got the Overgrowth Carapace way later than I wanted to. Alright, well, here we are. We still get some benefit out of it, it's just not nearly as impressive as it could have been. And I don't have any imps to use or whatnot, so here we are. Ta-da! Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Herzl's Hammer is looking pretty nice. Rage Room is also pretty cool, but we'll take Herzl's Hammer. I mean, Salvage Machine is cool, but I think we're just not going to. Maybe I should have. Alright, fine. I'll take Capacity. I didn't really want to take Capacity, but here we are. Give me something good to eat. Alright, well... like, I really want to do that, but I so badly want to... Fuck. I wanted to have enough gold to reroll, so here we are. I would have taken Imparade if it were offered there, and sadly it wasn't. Nonetheless, here we are. Alright. God, I am sad that we've skipped on dualism twice, but... oh well. Fair enough. We're up against Corrin. I am gonna set up on a higher floor this time. Alright, let's greed and not play out the equipment yet, although I think that that would be nice. Alright, we're just gonna get rid of that while I can, even though I like to play at these imps. Please give me Herzl's hammer soon. Alright, you're doing some amount of damage, which I don't love, but hey. I would like to do the overgrowth carapace, but I would also like to kill things. So we're gonna do that. We're going to play this, and so we'll have it for next turn, so we can for sure kill these guys, since they are a problem. Right. I do think I actually want to have you. I'm running out of imps, and so I may as well have another unit to benefit from the Herzl's hammer. I wanted to play the Metallurgy, but so be it. That's a lot of enemies. But we should basically be okay. Alright, well, we sweep through a number of problems right there. And we have a bunch of armor, and now we just kind of slaughter them with great and terrible prowess. More horns. Honestly, I know essentially none of the unit dialogue in this game. Despite the literal thousands of hours that I've played Monster Train, couldn't tell you. Magnetic Relay is not actually that helpful. Armament Drive is kind of, but not really. Car Collapse is not bad, but I don't really want to use it. Okay. Sure, it's kind of helpful. And at the very least, it's nice for the Titans. Fuck me. Oh well. Well, let's thin our deck out a little bit. So 4 deployment number, which currently means I can play out the Shield Stewards. Alright, let's get rid of a salvage. We'll just call that good for the moment. Right. Already forgot that emote tone. Sure, it's somewhat underwhelming, but we'll go ahead and do that already. No, my poor collector. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to do that now, but we'll save it for the next turn, probably. Since there are a lot more units on this floor this turn. We don't really end up needing to do it, but that's still what we're doing. Realistically, it would be more helpful if the Horned Warriors were getting the kills instead of Queen, but so be it. That's just life. So our deck thins out real fast. Which again is partly why I would have been happy to do Imp Parade. So that we'd have a constant source of imps or smelting material if we wanted it. But either way, we're fine. We go ahead and we beat him to death. Emote Tome can also generate smelt fodder. Yes, except that like all of my spells are smelt things. And so while it technically can, I still have to smelt a non-copy with my first smelt each turn. I kind of like the Pyre Chomper. I am very happy to see the Tiresome Climb, though. Fine. I'm not wild about it, but it's just good enough value that I should take it regardless. I do want the Merchant of Arms, but like preparing the Tiresome Climb is of high enough value that I should do this. I mean, holdovers good. I was looking for intrinsic. Alright, fine. Actually... Sure, I guess. Whatever. What do you got? It's not the worst, but we're not gonna worry about it. Oh boy, it's Kale. Well, can't say that's what I wanted to start with. But also, it's not really the worst. Alright, he survives, whatever, that's fine. We killed the important things. That's the main issue at hand. Alright, and that one card does grant us a fair bit of armor. Oh, and I didn't realize I wasn't killing you. Well, I take a little pyro damage. I would have given that guy armor so he could have survived it had I realized, but I didn't for some reason. Yes, murder them all. Again, it's a bit of a shame that the Horned Warriors aren't the ones getting the kills for Pyre of Savagery, but that's just life. Okay, I get extra Ember this turn, which means that I can then actually play all the things I want. I am still going to daze you, just because why not? And now my deck is just the same couple cards. This may look somewhat familiar. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I thought about being cheeky and, like, ascending some of the cherubs, but we actually want them here so we can get the kills with Pyre Savagery. And get a little bit of extra permascaling, so there we go. Anyways, ta-da! Not too bad. I should have avoided the damage. Just wasn't paying attention. Sentry Turret is cute. I'm pretty okay already, though, but maybe I still want it. It does change pretty dramatically what I was going to do, though, so I'm not going to worry about it. We are going to take Ember. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Fine. Yeah, we probably want the Imp Parade, though. What's my capacity looking like? 7? Yeah, that's fine. We'll do Imp Parade. Shouldn't need the holdover. Shouldn't really need any of those. Well, not quite what I was hoping for, but fine. Alright, Horned Warrior number 3. Well, depending on how we draw, this could be bad. You dupe the lowest attack one. You're right, I totally spaced out that it would actually matter. But, fair point, that's on me. Okay, we do just barely get him low enough for the kill. I don't think the Machinist Tome really matters yet. Admittedly, maybe didn't need to block with you, but here we are. Yeah, I'll just leave that be. I kind of want to do the tiresome climb on you, but I think this is fine as is. We're doing a ton of damage to you, and we may draw the tiresome climb again before you leave. Alright. Well, we're already down to the low end of my deck. I did kind of want to get draw on the boss upgrades, but I did not do that. Either way, it's fine. We kill the sweepers, and then we just kind of murder everything else. Yes, look at us go. I mean, I don't really need to worry about losing the tiresome climb. I'm still gonna keep it, but it shouldn't matter because I'm not going to ascend racks. Yeah, I mean, here we are. May as well do this, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Look at us go. Oh, he cannot stop our brilliant might. Oh, boyo. I mean, the important work's cute, but we just don't have a place for it in our hearts right now. Quenching Oil is fine. I could use it to speed up Dominion, but I don't need to. We're going here. Not wildly helpful. I mean, have some blueprints, like, vaguely matters. I guess I'll take it. I will happily take that. Alright, well, didn't get what I wanted. That's fine. Okay, so we are going to dupe Herzl's Hammer. That's what we're doing. And then, so I have 6 Deployment Ember. Didn't really need to take the Ember. It was still helpful when I did it. It just wasn't exactly what I wanted, but that's fine. So, now we remove some stuff. I mean, none of this matters. I don't know, just in case they have some HP. Who cares? And you can have a large stone. Probably should have given both the HP and the large stone to the steward. That's okay. We will manage. Alright, so Sal, click on blocked purge button, forgetting is no longer a guild with infinite money. Fair enough. I just want things, even if I can't have them. Okay. Would have been nice to forge the hammer, but it's okay. Alright. So, first off, we give you a bunch of armor. And now the corruption buildup isn't gonna matter too much to you. Unfortunately, didn't get to daze him yet, but with the Herzl's hammer, we should be able to handle this amount of corruption. We just don't want it to get out of control from here on out. And because of the zero-cost metallurgies, I do generate extra ember every turn, which is nice. Alright, you can have that. You get that. And then we do this, and that, even though you're going to end up with some corruption. Doesn't really matter, because again, you have Machinist Tome, so once the corruption surpasses 15, it doesn't really change things. Whoops, I didn't mean to consume that. I got carried away. We should be fine. Not what I'd intended, though. Well, no reason not to play these all out, I guess. A 2-card deck, wow, yeah. That's where we're at now. Alright, her corruption keeps building, but so be it. Even if we didn't have the Machinist Tome, we'd be okay. Like, yeah, Queen would die at some point, but that's okay. I wonder what we'll draw next turn. Yeah. Alright, and with the 2 hammers, we are generating a lot of extra power for our whole team. Even though it is, like, my only damage scaling. Venture forth and face the Titans. Oh no, 300 corruption. However, shall we manage? Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think Machinist Tome is a bit boring, but it is a useful card. It's a bit weird because the times at which it's helpful are not... Like, there's a large chunk of the run where it just basically doesn't matter. It's a lot more relevant in Soul Saver, mind you, but it is useful in places and utterly worthless at others. I think we just want to be on bottom 4 still. Queen does have a rather high amount of attack. Well, I was hoping for the tiresome climb, but this is a fine start, I suppose. Oh, I meant to do you as well, but like, who cares? Oh boy, one single forge point going into the boilerplate. Alright, well, we do decent damage. It would be a lot better if we had drawn the Herschel's hammers earlier. I unfortunately don't have enough Ember for all of this, but that's okay. We make priorities. I mean, I do want to do the tiresome climb. I'm okay with taking some damage, though. On the other hand, like, Firelight is already fairly... Or the Pyre's already fairly strong against Savagery, so... Didn't really need to do that. But hey. It is nice that all of my guys have 4 attacks. Works, unsurprisingly, rather well with the Pyre, or with Herschel's hammer. Oh, whoops. I forgot that I do need to do this slightly differently. Because what I need to do, or at least what I should do, is play out both imps, then we toss, then it kills the backliners. We're just that cool. Now we can do all this. Alright, there's number 2. And here we go. We do take a little bit of damage from Savagery. Oh well, fine. We suck it up and we deal. Sure, I guess we'll play you there. Down to 26. Okay. Like, that's fine overall. Still gotta get through Entropy, but fine. I did increase the damage that Queen is enduring, but it's pretty minor overall. Okay, so we're almost through our problems. I didn't actually need that, but that's fine. And then, yeah, there we go. Ta-da! Oh, boy. Well, despite whiffing on Endless, like, 4 times, it still worked out. It would have been a lot nicer if we'd gone Endless on the Fledgling Imp or the Welder Helper. I definitely would have gone for the Fledgling Imp if I had a choice, but either would have been okay. But there we go. Not too bad. I do think it's I do always think it's cute doing Imperialist Queen with Pyre Savagery because she gets credit for not only killing enemies with her ability, but for killing the imps as well. So, you know, without trying, she did end up at 215 attack which is substantially higher than she normally would have had. Also, holy heck, double Herzl hammers on triple multi-strikers is amazing. Yeah, it's good. Turns out Herzl's hammer is rather strong, especially when, you know, you have two dudes attacking 4 times a turn. Like, that is plus 24 on every unit, basically. So Luna now? I mean, we'll see. I was trying to space it out so we're not completing a clan fully. And we have a couple other crowns that we haven't, like, done either of the banner on. And so, like, Umbra, Wormkin, and Lazarus Wormkin seem like the next best choice. Well, I noticed no Umbra. I mean, if you really want it, we'll do it. We'll even play Penumbra and get it out of the way. God-awful Penumbra. Right. Yep, let's take the Echo Break. Oh, boy. Morsel Maker's fine. I miss being able to use its Infusion Monster Train 1. Echo Snare is pretty decent. Mind Collapse I like. So I'm sort of intrigued by Manifold Mirror, just because there are a number of good rooms we could hit with that. Like, we could get Chamber of Recall, which is pretty cute to get 3 consume cards back each turn. We could also do Echo Bloom and just, like, seed every floor with a ton of charges, which is cute. We could also do Engine Upgrade and be getting extra Ember each turn and reduce capacity on all floors. Trader's Quail is legit helpful for me right now, but we'll take Manifold Mirror. What Umbra-specific rooms are there? There's Engine Upgrade and Crucible Extension. Engine Upgrade being increase Ember by 1 each turn, reduce capacity by 1 on that floor. And Crucible Extension being increase capacity by 4. Yeah. Crucible Extension being 2 cost, though, is a little cumbersome. I don't know. I hate both of these, but we probably want Glutton. We're up against Corruption Fleshweaver. Alright, well, here we are. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, that's fine. Basically, the best I could get is 2 morsels a turn anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and guarantee that I'm getting 2 morsels a turn. I can feel Sal's sadness from here. It is somewhat depressing, that is to be sure. Also, having the reduced Ember is causing us some problems, but that's fine. Okay, so we kill you with the Mind Collapse. We now have extra Ember. Alright. Penumbra murders the top lane enemy, and we'll just kind of go from there. Well, here we are. Dealing a little bit of damage to it with Reap and a little bit through just sheer, raw, unbridled power. And then, unsurprisingly, Penumbra murders you to death. It is, in fact, basically his one job. Or at least that is the case with Glutton. Kind of want Perils. We don't totally need Perils, though. Prismal Dust is good. Why can't these be infused? That is what I ask myself each and every day. I mean, I can take the infused Immortal trade. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not doing that. Don't worry, you'll get Glugsider at the banner and everything will be solved. I mean, the last several times we've seen Glugsider at the banner, we took it, and it did work out quite nicely for us. Like, Glugsider is just, it's good now. I do wish that it had some, like, built-in attack scaling, but it doesn't really need it to provide value. Why am I tired? I did not wake up particularly early today. I, in fact, have not been awake all that long. Well, that's not entirely true, but... Anyways, I just have a hard time not taking the Prismal Dust here, because Prismal Dust is so good. Yeah, fine, whatever. Ooh, I mean, infused Echo Infusion is good. But passing up on Echo Transfer does also cause me great and terrible despair. Alright, I'll take that. Alright, give me a unit that I'm happy to use. Well, wasn't what I had in mind, but I'll take it. Like, Multi-Strike is not the best choice for you, but fine. We're doing it anyways. This is probably fine. I, for some reason, thought we were on Flesh Weaver, and that's why I was saying this is probably fine, because I was making decisions around the expectation that we were fighting Flesh Weaver. Obviously, we're not. Here we are. Don't mind me, I'm clearly not dissociating. Well, I wanted a different morsel. Oh, I had the lifesteal morsel. I'm sorry. Now we kill. Also, I should be generating charge elsewhere. It doesn't, like, super matter, but it is still correct to do. Yeah, you're gonna die, but, like, so what? is not the time that I wanted to draw the Prismal Dust, but it is what it is. Oh no, however, will we defeat such a terrible boss? Ta-da! And I'm sure Penumbra really felt like he was contributing to that battle. Mega Wing Morsel is vaguely technically okay for me. It's not really what I want, but am I really gonna take it? No. No, I am not. I have too much self-respect. Well, I guess I'm going here. Actually, I could maybe use that other morsel maker for the moment. Well, here we are. Well, we're just gonna copy you once. Also, I do need to remember that Manifold Mirror. I definitely have not been focusing on the fact that I have Manifold Mirror. Would love a Keeper of Echoes and such. Unfortunately, I can't play you because I don't have enough Ember right now. Alright, well, it's not perfect by any means, but this is our life now. Like, this might be a messy fight, but we should be able to win. I guess I'll do that for reasons. Wasn't my ideal, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, one of the Glare Minders is basically guaranteed to die here, but we can at least do that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Well, don't love getting the corruption, but here we are. One damage isn't bad, and we've already burned through his mass. He has a decent amount of Repon. We are commencing murder. Alright, well, we'll do what we can to reduce damage. Oh, he's just dead anyways. Don't mind me. Totally didn't pay attention. I knew he had a lot of respawn, and I knew that we were increasing damage on the bottom floor. Just didn't make the connection. Yeah, fuck it. Let's take Kindle. There's Glugsider. It's not what I wanted, but there is Glugsider. We're not going to take Glugsider, though. We are going to take Ember. I would also love to take Capacity, kind of. How you doing, Cat Plays? Don't hate dualism. Glutton 2 it is. Alright, dualism. I really wanted a Keeper of Echoes, but we didn't get that. Oops. Yeah, there's the Smidge Stone we want. Kind of wish that I had Smidge and Damage Shields or Smidge and Dualism, but hey. Not taking Glugsider is already a lost run. GG, he's the mascot. How dare you. Which Chad card are we doing today? Well, we are playing with Glareminder primarily, and Glareminder's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the multi-strike, less helpful to me at the moment, since I don't have a way to scale up my entire floor, but, you know, it seemed like a useful pickup at the time that I did it. Maybe questionable. But we should be fine. So I would love a room that matters. Have you already goldened all the cards of the 2 new clans? Not quite. We have a handful of unmastered cards. I just still need to do Spike Driver Factory, Force Contamination, Power of Knowledge. Spike Driver Factory is rare and just doesn't show up often, and it is awful. Force Contamination is a fine card that I just don't take all that often, especially now that it's melee weakness 2 instead of 3, like it used to be in Monster Train 1. And Power of Knowledge is okay. I think it's kind of a fun card. It just doesn't fit into my general playstyle, but it's fine. I would like to play the other Glareminder, but we are going to do this, I guess. Oh, and you're dying because of the stupid spikes. Sure, we'll let the Prismal Dust loop. It's a shame we have no Inspire triggered. That's why I wanted Keeper of Echoes, though I assume you're trying to make a dig at us not taking Glugsider. Okay, so you guys are not up yet, but that's fine. Well, no, I'm lurking. I missed Glugsider at all. Fair point. But yes, I wanted Keeper of Echoes. That's what I was hoping for. Unfortunately, did not happen. Alas. Sometimes you just gotta suck it up. Maybe just want to kill my own Spear Steward so I can make extra space. We'll do this. Hey, thanks for the raid, Ashaka. How you doing, friend? At around with Keeper of Echoes, Assembly Room, and Glareminders. It's turns out quite good. That's good enough, I guess. Not bad, I actually wanted to overgrowth run today, fair enough. Sure, we'll just get rid of those. Was given on Silver Platter though. Shift fell with double shift, and Animus of Will with Salacy and an Everlight. Everlasting Light. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, sure. I could have generated some charges, but here we are. Like, Penumbra is just gonna beat Ajax to death regardless. The Reap is doing some small amount of damage. It's actually not a lot, but it's a bit more now. But we weren't really expecting the Reap to be our kill condition on the boss. Not yet, at least. I mean, I don't totally hate Gem Trove. Glutton's Maw is nice. Reap 12 is one of those dualism. Yeah, the one that's not Smidgestone has dualism. Penumbra with Chomp. I mean, yes, it was a consideration. Prism Retrieval is also vaguely interesting. I think we're not going to do that, though. Yeah, I'll take Ambient Charge, I guess. Again, my damage scaling is bad. I do kind of want to go for the Merchant of Trinkets, but we're going here. Right. I think it's funny, like, the best use of Glutton's Maw is by Primordium. I mean, it's very good in a lot of situations, but yes, that is kind of funny. This is a dumb plan, but we're gonna do it. Okay, how greedy do I want to be? These are the questions I ask myself each and every day. Could also do this, which I don't hate. You know what? Let's do that. No, I was really hoping for... Really hoping for Intrinsic is what I wanted. Steward's Quarters. I don't really need... Sure. Give me that sweet, sweet free HP. Never enough Glare Minders on the floor. Well, the thing is, we have enough capacity for another Glare Minder, so I don't need the, I don't need the Steward's Quarters to do that. What I need is a lot more Ember. But those poor morsels, they need a home. No, they need to be removed from the deck. Alright, I'll play that, even though you're gonna cause me grief. Sure, I'll do that as well right now. Not really what I want, but that's okay. Even my morsels get a bunch of extra HP. Well, can't play that out, but we can do that. Yes. Go forth and reap them all. That is less helpful. I don't want to, like, sap myself too much. Yeah, well, now we are in fact not killing you. But so be it. Also, damage preview calculator really doesn't like you hatching eggs in combat. I died because I had no idea if I was going to win or not, or how close I was to winning. Yeah, it's a problem. It's known, and hopefully gets fixed soon. I did space out that I can't use ambient charge with these guys. Well, I can. It just would be dumb, and I don't really want to do that. Which is fine. It's not ideal, though. Not exactly as helpful as I had hoped. Well, I can reduce the incoming damage a little bit. Not that I'm, like, super hurting here, but hey. Also, I don't know why I'm holding on to the Kindle. Oh, no, I do know why. I, for some reason, thought that I had spent the Prismal Dust already because I saw the damage shields on him. But that's not what I did, so that's okay. Oh, I did mess this up, but I can do that, I guess. I was really close, too. The boss went up to Pyre with a 1 reanimate, but I had the regen relic, so it was able to hit just enough not to die to Pyre plus decay. Yeah. That feels bad. Well, there's actually no reason not to do this now, I suppose. Whatever, here we are. That's so weird seeing more than one card in your deck. Yeah, we may have set certain expectations on our recent run. Alright, well, as long as we're getting him into the reanimate, we'll be in okay shape for next turn. It's not ideal, though. But, yeah, we're okay. I mean, doesn't matter. He's already got 1 HP. I'm doing alright, Moonjin. Still a bit tired and largely unproductive, but doing okay. How are you doing, friend? Ether said you were internally suffering from being carried by juggernauts earlier. It wasn't, like, it was internal suffering. It was not being carried by juggernauts, per se. But they do bring me a great and terrible despair. How are your runs today? Mostly pretty good. We've done some pretty solid things. One of them was pretty shaky at the beginning, but other than that, it's been good. Forever Consumed is fine. Kind of cute even, but we'll skip it. I do like the Wormkin etchings. Forgotten Trade is kind of cute, but no. I'm sleepy from the painkiller, else I'm doing fine. Well, hope that's not too onerous, at least. I mean, the engine upgrade is vaguely, sort of, kind of helpful. I will take it, I guess. Not sure it's actually that helpful for me, but we're still gonna do it. It does cause me some amount of grief, though. In fact, it causes me a fairly high amount of grief at the moment, but fine. We'll see what we can do. I see Hall of Mirrors, and I nearly always want to do something with that. It's very good if you are able to utilize it well. Well, I do want to play the engine upgrade, but I'm actually going to not do that currently. Alright, we're gonna stagger the read. Why don't you just play at bottom? You're not using that floor? Because I have Manifold Mirror, and so it actually hits all of my floors. Yeah, there was a reasoning to my method. Okay, so I now don't have to be quite as stingy. Yeah, but now you die at this rate. Well, so be it. That's fine. You've largely accomplished your goal. I'm not great at charge generation, though. Whatever. Yeah. I still just really wish that I had other things. But we'll see. Well, at least I can play a morsel here. And thus we just keep reaping the shit out of them. Like, clumsy though my deck may be, we are gonna murder them pretty solidly. And yes, I should have done that slightly differently. Because I should have used the higher damage reap one. But I didn't. Whatever. We'll do it like this. That's okay. Strix and Hallow are both almost dead already anyways. Yeah, unsurprisingly, it's all good. Don't need to worry about it. I could have just used the ability last turn. I did not. It's fine. They may kill one of my dudes, but that doesn't matter. I'd love to do other things, but we're definitely taking extra Ember here, just as I so badly need more deployment Ember. The Blazing Bolts would have been cute, but it's not what we need. Yeah, I want Chamber of Recall pretty badly. I also just want so much more Ember. Alright, well, let's start thinning out some problems. Okay, I kind of have to do this. Also, I don't really need the... whatever I'm trying to say, the engine upgrade anymore. But that's fine. Okay. So, once again, don't have enough Ember, that's fine. Look at the Chamber of Recall. And then we get Glareminder 1, 2, and 3. We don't play that out. I do need to remove a bunch of cards from my deck. Oh well. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this so I can at least get a little bit of extra attack in case I need it. And then we get some damage shields. Oh look! It's the same Prismal Dust back. How exciting. And then they are gonna die from Reap, and oh, we'll get more damage shields. Well, don't mind me as we get 24 Ember. What would be the effective Chamber of Rickroll? Good question, my friend. Oh, yeah, I forgot that the Echo Snare was remove consume. We have one more that is consumable. We also have the Shelter. Oh, wrong floor. Whatever, fine. Sure, you guys can have some armor and then 20 more damage shields. I mean, even with all this, my deck is a little awkward, but that's fine. My stupid morsels that no one likes. Woo! Yeah, I really need to trim cards out of my deck, but that is not an amazing immediate problem. Who cares? Look at us go. Oh, did I not get back? Yeah, I forgot that I needed to not be playing out one of my consume cards now. Again, need is perhaps a strong word here, but I still should be doing this. I mean, I've got 58 damage shields. I don't really need this to be perfect anymore. Well. I unfortunately cannot kill my own morsels with the Mind Collapse, but that is not a huge deal. Oh no, she's getting spikes. But with, you know, 20-ish damage shields, somehow we manage. Not that we've been using Penumbra, like, terribly well up until now, but, you know, it's something. Oh boy, I would love to get Artificial Firestone, by the way. Or Dante's Footstool, or both. Nope, we do not want those. I mean, the Ancient Resonance is kind of cute, but no. Yeah, let's go here, I guess. Although, like, the removal would be nice. There's Dante's Footstool, which we do like. So we definitely need to get rid of Engine Upgrade. And so I've got 8 Deployment Ember. And so that's going to be free now. If I'm willing to set up Penumbra on bottom floor, I can also use sketches to pull out the other thing, which I guess I'm willing to do. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I don't actually need that now, but there we go. I mean, I kind of want the double stack on the Echo Snare, but the Prismal Dust is just too cute. I should just be removing cards. Kind of want to take the Lightstone Casing, though, but it's not that important. Well, unfortunately the healing doesn't matter. Would have much preferred those, but going to the left still seemed generally good. And for the most part, we should be good. Okay, so there's that. And then we have Glare Reminder 1, 2, 3, and 4. And also the Morsel Maker. And then also if we had other units, we'd pull them out with the sketches, but we don't. So here we are. Oh yeah, I was looking for Intrinsic on this, and I totally forgot. Ends up not mattering a whole ton, but that was something we should have been looking for. Alright, just 38 damage shields. Okay, Glare Reminder number 2 activates now. We're still going to do these just to generate more charges, especially because I don't really need 50 damage shields. I'll give you 42, though. Okay, well, you're surviving, but who really cares? It would be nice to have gotten rid of the Mind Collapse, but alas. The reality is I just want things that are infused, because I just want to make as many charges as possible, but, like, mostly my deck is going to be kind of grindy and slow as we just murder our way through these enemies. But we're not gonna take any damage, essentially, so it's also a shame that I didn't get to do more minus costing on the Kindle, but alas. I just need to remember to make sure I'm doing the Glare Reminder every turn. Also, wish that they had Dualism instead of Multi-Strike. The Multi-Strike is so inconsequential for me, basically. But that's what we got. Most players gotta wish for Jack Strips. Sal, amateurs. I got Reap Strips. Yeah. Turns out, Glare Reminder's pretty good now. I mean, it's okay in Monster Train 1, but that was basically just because it had Sweep on it. Not because its effect was particularly useful. I mean, I built decks around it, but it was definitely not amazing. You do sort of concern me. God, there's so much sap that we barely get any meaningful attack in. Like, that's fine. We're applying Reap slowly. I'm sad that we didn't get, like, Serrated Mandibles, though. It wouldn't have been perfect either way. Would have been nice, but not perfect. Okay, so I do need some more charges here. There we go. Namely just that I don't believe Serrated Mandibles would proc when the Glare Reminders create their charges at end of turn because of the somewhat unnecessary change that was made. But, whatever. Not my call. Okay, so we do need to do slightly more damage to you. Alright, that was a little bit hubris, but that's fine. Oh, also I could have used the ambient charge, and I did not realize. That's fine. Alright, well, it's already taking 500 some damage from the Reap alone. And we do have 139 damage shields already, which I could just get 42 more. But just for the sake of it, we'll play more spells, and then only give 32 damage shields and bring the Reap up to 1,000. Which actually ends up being more because it doesn't take into account the charges from the Glare Reminder when I'm first hovering it. It does take it into account with the damage preview, but just not when I hover the debuff because the charges aren't there yet. Alright, venture forth and fight the Titans. One nice thing about this is that the Reap buildup will also affect Dominion. So that's nice. Oh god, you're gonna Reap top floor like mad? Yeah, something like that. Okay. We're gonna do this. It'll be enough damage shields to cover all 3 floors if you want. That is sort of the game plan. Yeah, I did this slightly not how I meant to do it. Like, again, it barely matters, but we're gonna try doing this in a slightly different manner. Okay, so same deal, more or less. Just, I meant to do it on this floor first. Again, this doesn't, like, really actually matter, but it is what I'm trying to do. Okay, so we still have you for next turn. You're not quite dying, but that's fine. Okay. Well, you can have that. Not ideal, but fine. I guess we just play you mid-floor to block once my mouse cooperates. I'll do this, even though you're very quickly going to run out of attack power, but fine. Then you get 34 damage shields as well. So, we should have more or less enough damage shields. We do still need to actually, like, work on killing things, but that is something in progress. Yeah, you guys are dead. Yeah. So. Yeah, we get zapped, who cares? Alright. Dominion is basically dead. We do end up killing these guys. Our mighty morsels survives. And then Savagery and Entropy are both almost dead. It's a shame I couldn't stop... Oh, whoops, slightly wrong order. It's a shame I couldn't stop Dominion from hurting me, because otherwise... I could do this damageless, but alas, there are very few ways to do that. I believe the only way we could have done it in this clan combo, outside of, like, Holy Stone on the Kindle, which I kind of wanted to do, but it didn't line up. And even then, we'd have to time things right to end at full health. Anyways, the only way aside from that would have been Soul Crushing Guilt to Daze Dominion. So. Doesn't actually matter. But here we are. And we are getting the kill this turn. We are just that cool. Ta-da! Well, there we go. Glare mindering our way to victory. Ta-da! I wasn't quite sure we were going to get enough Reap that turn. But again, we're building up the Reap, like, pretty quickly. And, yeah, and there it goes. And I wasn't generating, like, an insane amount of charges, but it certainly wasn't a small amount either, so. It worked out real nicely. Ta-da! And thus, ever closer on the crowns. We beat our Charged Echoes record. I'm not, like, terribly surprised, given that we were generating a decent amount each turn, plus we were generating 4 on every floor, every turn with the Glare Minders, basically. So, that was the thing. Yes, I know, Kat. You sense that it might be your time soon. Anyways. Yes, Kat, you were in the way. Alright, we're stopping there for the night. Because I need to go feed this cat, I need to go feed myself, and I need to go maybe actually accomplish some other things. Regardless, I had a good time. Hope you all did as well. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll play more Monster Train, unsurprisingly. And, yeah, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.